Why did Russia's nuclear arsenal fail to deter Ukraine's invasion? This provocative question opens up a Pandora's box of complexities, inviting us to delve into the intricate world of global politics and military strategy. Factors to consider range from the power of nuclear deterrence to the chronology of the invasion. As we navigate through these intricacies, we will begin to understand the dynamics that shaped this geopolitical conundrum. As we delve into this intriguing topic, we'll unravel the complexities behind this geopolitical conundrum. Nuclear weapons, the ultimate deterrent, or so we thought. Let's start by unpacking the concept of nuclear deterrence. Born in the throes of the Cold War, nuclear deterrence was a strategic game of chess between superpowers, each side's vast nuclear arsenal acting as a counterbalance, ensuring a fragile peace under the threat of mutual destruction. Russia, a key player in this high-stakes game, boasts an impressive nuclear arsenal. With thousands of warheads at its disposal, Russia holds a significant portion of the world's total nuclear firepower. This vast array of nuclear might is not just for show, it's a symbol of power, a statement of intent, and most importantly, a deterrent. This deterrent is designed to dissuade any potential adversary from initiating a conflict. The logic is simple yet terrifying. If you attack me, I'll respond with such overwhelming force, such apocalyptic destruction, that you'll regret ever considering war. This concept has been the cornerstone of global security for the better part of the last century. It's a grim, yet effective, form of peacekeeping. This brings us to Russia's nuclear might. Their arsenal, while vast, is not just a collection of warheads and delivery systems. It's a network of strategic and tactical weapons, all designed to maximize deterrence. From intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of striking anywhere on the globe, to submarine-launched ballistic missiles lurking unseen in the depths of the ocean, Russia's nuclear capabilities are formidable indeed. These weapons are not just tools of war, they are political instruments. They create a protective umbrella under which a nation can operate, secure in the knowledge that any aggressive action against them will be met with a response of devastating proportions. Yet despite this seemingly ultimate deterrent, Ukraine dared to invade. Why? To understand why, we need to trace back the steps leading up to the invasion. Let's wind back the clock to the early 2020s, a time of simmering tensions and political chess games. It started subtly, whispers of discontent, small acts of defiance, but it would soon snowball into something much larger. In the spring of 2021, tensions between Russia and Ukraine began to escalate. Unresolved issues from the past, coupled with new political disagreements, created a volatile atmosphere. It was a pot waiting to boil over. Then, in the summer of the same year, the situation took a turn for the worse. Diplomatic talks broke down, alliances shifted, and the international community watched on, holding its collective breath. While the world was focused on the pandemic and its aftermath, the seeds of conflict were being sown in the background. Fast forward to the fall of 2022. The diplomatic stalemate continued, with neither Russia nor Ukraine willing to back down. The world watched as the two nations danced around each other, each trying to gain the upper hand. As the new year dawned, 2023 saw the situation reach a boiling point. Political disagreements turned into military posturing. The world watched, aghast, as the threat of a full-scale invasion became a chilling reality. By the spring of 2024, the unthinkable happened. Ukraine launched an invasion, a daring act of defiance against a nuclear-armed neighbor. It was a move that shocked the world and turned the established rules of geopolitics upside down. And so, the stage was set. A smaller, less militarily powerful nation dared to challenge a nuclear-armed giant. The world watched in stunned silence as the chronology of events unfolded, leading to a moment that would forever change the dynamics of global politics. These events set the stage for a daring act of defiance against a nuclear-armed neighbor. But why did the threat of nuclear retaliation not deter Ukraine? The answer lies in a complex interplay of factors, the most crucial among them being Ukraine's unwavering determination to assert its sovereignty, the significant international support it received, and Russia's own hesitation to deploy its nuclear arsenal. Often the effectiveness of deterrence is a question of resolve, and Ukraine had this in abundance. Its determination was fueled by a strong sense of national pride and a steadfast commitment to its sovereignty. This was a nation not willing to be bullied into submission even by the threat of nuclear annihilation. But Ukraine was not alone in its stand. The international community played a significant role in bolstering its resolve. Sanctions against Russia, diplomatic support for Ukraine, and the provision of military aid by many nations were clear indicators that Ukraine was not alone in its fight. This international backing not only provided Ukraine with the resources it needed, but also enhanced its morale, further diminishing the deterrence effect of Russia's nuclear threats. And then there was Russia's own reluctance to use nuclear weapons. Despite its nuclear capabilities, the actual use of such weapons is fraught with unimaginable consequences both on the international stage and domestically. The global community has demonstrated a strong intolerance towards the use of nuclear weapons. Their use would have resulted in international isolation, severe economic sanctions, and global condemnation. Domestically, the repercussions would have been equally severe, with potential political destabilization and a humanitarian crisis. Russia, despite its bluster, was acutely aware of these potential consequences. Moreover, the use of nuclear weapons would have violated the fundamental principle of proportionality in international law. This principle dictates that the force used in a conflict should be proportionate to the threat faced. Deploying nuclear weapons against Ukraine would have been a clear violation of this principle, providing further deterrent for Russia. In the face of these factors, Russia's nuclear arsenal was rendered ineffective as a deterrent. The Ukraine invasion reshapes our understanding of nuclear deterrence. This unprecedented event has sent shockwaves through the international political landscape, challenging established norms and upending theories that have long guided global governance. For decades, we've held the belief that nuclear weapons offer the ultimate deterrent. The notion that the sheer destructive power of these weapons would deter any nation from daring to invade another nuclear-armed state has been a cornerstone of global politics. But the Ukraine invasion has challenged this belief, proving that the mere possession of nuclear weapons does not guarantee immunity from military aggression. This event forces us to rethink the dynamics of global power. It exposes the limitations of nuclear deterrence, revealing that other factors, such as geopolitical ambitions, internal political dynamics, and the resolve of a nation's people can override the fear of nuclear retaliation. The implications are profound. If nuclear weapons can't deter an invasion, what does this mean for global security? We may need to reevaluate our reliance on nuclear deterrence as a pillar of international stability. This could prompt a shift towards more comprehensive strategies that encompass diplomatic, economic, and conventional military measures in addition to nuclear deterrence. The invasion also underscores the need for robust international institutions and agreements that can prevent such conflicts. It highlights the importance of collective action and cooperation among nations to uphold international law and norms. Furthermore, this event could lead to a reassessment of global power hierarchies. If nuclear weapons are no longer the ultimate deterrent, then what becomes the new measure of a nation's power and influence? This could potentially reshape the world order, as nations reevaluate their strategies and positions in the global arena. All these implications suggest that we are at a turning point in international politics. The Ukraine invasion is not just a singular event but a catalyst for change, forcing us to question our assumptions and rethink our strategies. This event has forever changed the narrative surrounding nuclear deterrence. As we navigate this new landscape, it's clear that our understanding of power, security, and global politics will never be the same. So, we've traced the lead-up to Ukraine's invasion and why Russia's nuclear arsenal failed to deter it. We started with the core concept of nuclear deterrence, the idea that the deadly potential of nuclear weapons can prevent conflict. We saw how, historically, this has been a game-changer in global politics, driving the balance of power and keeping nations on their toes. We then navigated through the chronology of events leading up to Ukraine's invasion. We saw how tensions escalated, how diplomacy failed, and how the unthinkable became reality. We delved into the failure of deterrence, exploring why Russia's nuclear weapons didn't prevent the invasion. Was it because of Ukraine's strategic alliances, or did it stem from a broader shift in the geopolitical landscape? We explored these questions, shedding light on the complex interplay of power, politics, and nuclear strategy. We also considered the implications for global politics. We pondered the potential for a new world order, where nuclear weapons might not be the ultimate deterrent they were once thought to be. We highlighted how this could reshape international relations and potentially transform the way nations interact with one another. The world watched in awe as Ukraine dared to defy a nuclear-armed giant. a reminder that the power of determination can sometimes eclipse even the mightiest of threats.